What's up, you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review of Van Helsing on Syfy, which was Season 4, Episode 8, called Prism.
Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here. Yeah.
Following that monumental episode of Van Helsing, Episode 7, Metamorphosis, which was really one of the absolute greatest episodes of the entire series so far. Probably in the top 3. You could probably make a case for it being number 1. The only way I see that episode being topped is in climactic confrontation between Vanessa and Dracula. And that episode is definitely going to stick. From Tricia Helfer's debut as Dracula to just the tenseness and the odd pull between her and Vanessa, the dialogue between them, just how fantastic both Kelly Overton as always and Tricia Helfer were in their performances. By the way, Kelly Overton still does not get enough credit. In my opinion, the best lead on TV when it comes to the consistency and strength and range of her performance. In every episode she's in, which is an episode an issue we're going to talk about, which we've talked about a little bit lately. But again, this is an episode without Vanessa. And once again, I get it. We need to concentrate on other characters. That's fair. I appreciate how much they do flesh out other characters, but I kind of want to keep the momentum going from Metamorphosis a little bit. Now it kind of seems like, based on what we can't read about this episode, next week's episode, and maybe the one after that, it might be at least 2 or 3 more episodes before we see, Vanessa or the main focus again, which is kind of a bummer, because as of now, I think Kelly Overton's only been in about half the season, which is odd because she is the main character. And again, I'm not saying other characters aren't important. I just mean, just how fantastic Kelly Overton is, and just how pivotal Vanessa obviously is. I think you'd want her in more episodes in the 4th season. I don't know. But, part of that probably still does come from her just being straight up my favorite character, but this episode I thought was fine. Again, nothing wrong with it. I think the best, nothing seriously wrong with it, but the best part of it was Neil Pagano's Hansen. I've liked him in a great number of projects over the years, ranging from TV to film. And I've applauded his addition to the show since we've seen him, at the very end of last season. And again, he does a good job here with his performance. We get to find out more about Hansen, how he is actually aiding the Van Helsings, Jacob and Abraham, until he was, misled and turned, and then he's the one who actually turned Jacob and everything that Jacob had done with that. Before and after. I thought was a good addition to it. And then Willem, I really do hope they don't have Willem still become like a straight up, villain or monster or something like that, because they have a layer, even more of a layer to play with now when it comes to him. And I think it would be good if he actually does try to be genuine and really wanted to protect his daughters more than anything. I think that'd be a good arc for the character. Because, we've seen, if you've seen Neil McDonough, you're used to him playing, straight up, dickhead, evil characters. So it'd be good if he took more of the good guy route on this show, or as much as he can at this point to redeem himself. But, we'll see where it goes either way. I think the best episode, excuse me, I think the best scene in the episode was between him and Jack. Good amount of emotion there. I think that was one of Nicole Menounos' best performances so far on the show as well. And it'll be interesting to see her next week, because it seems like the entire episode is going to be a flashback episode, to when it was first breaking out, and seeing how Jack handled it when she was at school and everything. We hear part of it, when her teacher's being attacked or something like that, when Violet's in contact with her. But again, I don't know if we need a whole episode dedicated to that. I mean, you can splice it, splice it with what's going on with, I don't know, Vanessa, if you actually, brought her back already, or even just some Axel stuff or something like that, but it looks like the whole episode's going to be dedicated to that. And I know you're giving these characters a major push, but 2 episodes in a row with just them, I love you guys, but I don't know. It's at least not what I'm particularly enjoying right now, but it feels like it's turning into a different show. It feels almost like a spin-off show, a couple times lately. Sometimes, especially with the scenes with Violet and her boyfriend, it feels like a spin-off on the, I don't want to go this far, on the CW. And I shouldn't say that, because I do love a lot of shows on the CW, but it feels like Van Helsing the Next Generation or something. I'm not sure. I don't want to go off too much here, because it is still a good show. But you made Scab and Ivory feel kind of disposable there. And I get what Violet's been built up as now, but I still don't really buy her taking Ivory in a fight. And sure, it was luck with the chandelier there, but I don't know, they both Scab and Ivory seem to be more bumbling than usual there for some reason. I don't know. Especially Ivory now, being such a fan favorite. I think you would use her a little better. I don't know. Again, nothing like quality-wise is necessarily wrong with this. I just find it odd how so much of this is being focused on these sets of characters right now. Straight episodes through. Okay, I don't want to sound rude, and I get it, to a certain extent, but it does feel like it's being a bit padded out. Either it's being padded out, or you're choosing to focus on things I'm just not that interested in with the show. I don't know. But they are kind of spacing out the Dracula and Vanessa stuff, which kind of indicates that sort of thing. It's probably a combination of both, but I don't know, I just wasn't overly fond of this episode, minus the Neil McDonough scenes, which, weren't that long. The one flashback is pretty good, though. Michael Eklund, I think he fits more as playing a Jacob sort of character than the actual Abraham Van Helsing. But still, good to see him. Yeah, and again, the stuff with Violet and her boyfriend, it was fine. I mean, the guy who does play her boyfriend, I can't remember his name right now, is likable, but he would have been dead already, come on. So yeah, I do like Jack, so it seems like it'll be different. If anything, it'll be just different to see, that environment and how it played out with the vampires around that, type of school area and stuff like that, maybe. But really, I just don't think there needs to be this much time, spaced out and dedicated to just these sets of characters. I think we need to get back to what really has made the show. I know there are some people that are really loving Violet and everything like that, and that's good. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I don't know, it feels a bit unfocused this season. I don't know. But yeah, so overall, it was still an alright episode. I'm giving it a bit lower than I think I've given the Van Helsing episode before, but keep in mind this isn't a bad rating technically at all. But I'm giving it a 7.7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about it. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.